Alright, so I've already got the virtual machine set up. We'll be using Backtrack 5 and the Windows 7 as the victim computer. First we're just going to make a non-encoded payload just to see that AVG antivirus can indeed pick it up. So we use reverse TCP, and the only option you set is our localhost, which is the IP address of the attacking machine. And we'll use a capital X to make it an executable, and we'll name it test.exe. And I need to not put a space. Try that again. There we go. So here we have it. And we'll just drop it onto the shared folder. Come down here. And AVG should pretty much get it right away. Yep, there it goes. So, that's not going to pass. So let's get rid of it. Get rid of it over here. So we need to make one that we can pass through Metasm and change the code to get past the antivirus. So we'll run the same MSF payload command, except we'll use a capital R to leave it in raw format, and we'll just change the name to test ASM. Okay. So here we have it. Now before we can disassemble this, we need to move Metasm and the Metasm Ruby script into our working Ruby directory. So let's go ahead and change directory into where Metasm's at. And there it is. And in Backtrack 5, at least in my install here, I need to copy this over to user local lib site_ruby, and then the folder 1.9.2, which is the version I'm running. So we'll do a copy -A to copy the entire directory, entire Metasm directory, that is, to user local website Ruby 0.2. Alright. And let's go ahead and change directory there. Okay. So now we'll go ahead and run our raw payload through the disassemble Ruby script. So we'll do that just by typing Ruby. Actually, we need to change back to the original path first. And then into the samples folder. Okay, now start the disassembler. Just type in Ruby and then the script name, which is disassemble.rb, and we'll tell it where our file is that we want to disassemble, which is in root, and test ASM, and we want to output a file back into root, and we'll just call it test asm.asm. Alright, there we go. So now we come in here, we should be able to open it in a text editor. and we'll have all this lovely stuff. So basically we're looking for a place at the end of one of these, which is right here where we this is what we want. We want where it says ZOR and then two of these registers, because this means it zeroes out these registers and it moves on. So before it zeroes this out, this is where we're going to enter in our code to throw off the signature of what this actually is. So we're going to put, I'll just type it all out here. I can put this in the comments. Let's see. Sorry, CX. Alright. So that's if that. We'll go ahead and save it. Now, it's still in binary, so this is not executable. So what we need to do is run it through another Ruby script called peen code. Actually, before we do that, we've got to add one more thing. About forgot. At the very top, we need to enter in this little piece of code that makes our text executable before we reassemble it. And entry point. Okay. Now we'll save it. And so we need to get it back into executable. So we'll run it through this Ruby script called peen code. Just Ruby, and the name of the script, peencode.rb. Tell it where the file's at, which is our root test asm.asm, and we'll output the file -o to back to the root, and we'll just name it bad stuff because it's going to be bad. Uh-oh. Let's see here. Alright. Looks like I've got a bad enter in here. Up right here. MOV, not move. Alright. Let's give this another try. There we go. Okay. So here we go, badstuff.exe. Now this once we move this over to our victim machine, we'll run an antivirus against it and see what happens. And it should pass. So here it is, bad stuff. Let's go ahead and scan it with AVG. And see what comes back. Scan complete. Let's see the scan results. It says 0 infections. I figured the control panel would come up, but maybe not. Alright, so now let's see what happens if we actually run this. So let's go ahead and start up Metasploit. So we'll just type in msf console. It'll take just a second to load up. Here we go. So in order to run this payload, we need to set up a listener for it. So we want to use exploit multi-handler. Then all we want to do is just exploit. And so right now, it's just listening for that payload to send a signal back, so Metasploit can send the rest of the backdoor over, or whatever you want to call it. So if we do indeed get our victim to run this, just open, and on this side nothing's going to happen. I think it's broken, whatever. But over here, as you can see, the interpreter session opened. So we can do sysinfo, see what we've got. Computer, Windows 7. Let's get down to a shell. ipconfig .0.12. We can go to our victim just to confirm. Whoa. Learn to type. There we go. ipconfig 192.168.0.12. So, yeah, bad news for this guy. Anyway, and that totally bypassed AVG. So, there you have it.